Very warm welcome. Let's talk Alex Albon, number 23, and quite a lot to talk about Alexander Albon. Spending 20 days in the simulator for Red Bull. Now, does he deserve credit for Red Bull's performances as they are leading both championships? Sergio Perez actually gave him praise and credit when he won at Baku. Also, Alex Albon did make his DTM debut last weekend at Monza with results of 4th and 7th. And what was the other news I had? 20 days in the sim. His DTM got underway last weekend and he's 110% focused on an F1 return. I mean, F1's where it's at, innit? Obviously, he wants to be in F1. DTM, he's probably more busy than he was when he was an F1 driver, because he's basically spending 20 days a month in the simulator, and he's also got DTM duties. So Alex Albon, number 23, is a very busy man. Alex Albon has described his grueling simulator schedule, which has helped turn Red Bull into World Championship contenders this year. So Alex Albon is getting credit. Of course, he's not driving the car, but him spending 20 days in the simulator, he's been given credit by Sergio Perez and team principal Christian Horner for his simulator duties. 12 months ago, the London-born Thai driver was about to embark on his full season for Red Bull, having been promoted. However, we all know what happened. He got dropped because, same as Pierre Gasly, he just didn't suit him. And now Red Bull have the drive they needed in Sergio Perez. And this season, he is spending time in the sim and competing in selected DTM events. He finished 4th and 7th on debut at Monza last weekend. However, the 25-year-old is not a forgotten man. After his recent Azerbaijan victory, Sergio Perez praised Albon and said he appreciated the work he is putting in. And then Christian Horner also praised him. Now we get to his simulator. Where's the comments about his simulator? Here we go. Obviously, Red Bull have taken another step forward this season, and I think that's partly because we are a team and that makes the best use of its simulator, said Albon, talking to Racing News 365. We spend a lot of time in the simulator. I've had days on it where I live in there all day. In the morning, I crawl in, and in the afternoon, after lunch, I go on again. I do that for 20 days a month. It's certainly not easy because, of course, you get some trouble. All the time you're having to watch screens, but eventually you get used to it. You can really learn a lot in the simulator, but of course, driving the real car is still different. But I could already feel a difference from last year's car. Yeah, so I mean, imagine spending... I'm getting all, like, pop-ups on my phone. Fuck off, adverts. Imagine spending, like, 20 days of a month driving the simulator. Must be pretty grueling, that. I mean, it'd be alright for, like, a week, but doing it day in, day out. Yeah. So, he's actually got a lot of praise. I mean, he's 110% focused on returning to Formula 1. He wants to be in Formula 1. It must hurt Alexander Albon. It must hurt him deep down. He was absolutely heartbroken to lose his seat. And then, not only has he lost his seat, he sat in the simulator and seeing the guy who took his seat win a race. I mean, like I said it before, I don't think Albon is mentally that strong. But as always with Alexander Albon, he's a nice guy. Everyone loves him, but F1 is a brutal sport, and Albon has found that out the tough way, as he is off the grid. Is he going to get back on the grid? The way Yuki Tsunoda's ranting and carrying on and making mistakes in qualifying, there could be an AlphaTauri seat. But Liam Lawson, who actually won the DTM, he could be in with a shout. Alexander Albon, Danny Kvyat maybe, for the 70th time. Another one is Yuri Vips. So that's a possibility. Tsunoda has the speed, but he's making quite a few mistakes. He's actually got a meeting tonight with Helmut Marko as Tsunoda, so he's probably getting a bollocking as we speak. But Albon, it's going to be interesting because he's going to... do I see him getting back on the grid? I think he's going to find it difficult to get back on the grid. I've always said this. He didn't deserve to be out the sport, in my opinion. I thought that was very harsh. I think he could have gone back to AlphaTauri, to be honest. I mean, look at Pierre Gasly, what's happened to him. He's gone from the top team back to AlphaTauri. And Gasly, I mean, he actually getting better results in an AlphaTauri than he did a Red Bull. So here we go. Here's another article. Albon giving 110%. So we're covering like 3 things here in this video. We're talking about Alexander Albon's DTM. We're talking about his simulator duties. And 110%. He wants to be back in Formula 1. And of course he's going to want to be back in Formula 1. He's 25. He's ambitious. And he wants a fair crack at Formula 1. He wants another chance. Will he get that next chance? We'll have to wait and see. And what is going on here? Come on, load. The page is taking ages to load. Unbelievable. Well, this website's obviously... looks like we're not going to be able to read that. I mean, he has been getting a lot of praise. I think Perez has guaranteed himself a new Red Bull contract. Albon's only hope is probably Tsunoda. But there we have it. We're talking about Alexander Albon, a genuine nice guy, the softly spoken nice guy. People are brutal in the comments about Albon. I have a loyal viewer, Helen. She's a big fan of Alexander Albon. We have someone who's not such a fan. They roast me so hard, but it's all about opinions. And we always welcome opinions on the channel. So, comment down below. Would love to know your thoughts. Alexander Albon, he's got his DTM duties. He's spending 20 days a month in the simulator. He's got praise off the team principal and Perez for his duties in the simulator. And 110% focused. He wants to be back on the F1 grid. That's the goal for Ali Albon. Realistically, I think he's got to hope that Tsunoda carries on the way he is. But Tsunoda's got the speed. He's just a very angry young man. Here's Yuki. Yeah, I do stand by that though. Alex Albon deserved to be dropped from Red Bull, 100%. To be fair, he did get better results than Gasly in Red Bull because he got a podium, didn't he? But yeah, he deserved to be dropped. That was the correct decision. But to be fully out the sport was harsh. He does have a reserve driver role, but I mean, come on, no one wants to really be in the sim 20 days a month. He wants to be on the F1 grid. So yeah, comment down below. We'll always reply. And yeah, join me later. I'll bring this out Friday morning. And join me later today for Styrian Practice 1-2 reaction. Adios. Ali Albon, number 23. Try stopping me getting past. That's fine. I'll get through on the grass.